Yeah, there's some people out there that said the audio is more important than the video.
Definitely, I agree. Even when you look at independent films, low budget films, the audio is your first indication that it's not quite
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
There you go. All right, here we go. Straight politicking on all you suckers. I'm sitting here with Spider Loke, the most Easty, and the mayor himself. And I wanted to start off by asking, what the F is bussy? I've been hearing this term. This got to be the most reacted to term in the last week.
Thanks to your boy.
Now, I thought it had to do with a transsexual, but I looked up the definition, and it says here, bussy is a mashup of the words boy and pussy used to refer to a man's anus. So
Whoa. I didn't know that.
there's actual real definitions on the internet, and I know you
That's
guys.
deep.
I know you guys been hearing this word floating around, as Munchie B would say, the metaverse space.
Metaverse.
Yeah, I thought that had something to do with trans people. You know what I'm saying? That ain't. Well, I thought it was referring to a trans that ain't fully got their transformation, but yeah, referring to the butthole.
I believe, yep. I believe that's probably where the term probably became commonly understood, but recently it's become popularized by someone that we all familiar with, and because he expressed some type of affection toward it or appreciation for certain individuals, I couldn't understand for the life of me why he would open his mouth and say something that preposterous other than he meant it or he desired it. But yeah, I've never thought outside of hearing the word immediately about something called a bussy. I've heard of budussy and the smell. I guess that's the smell that's produced from stanky sea necks. But just a bussy and hearing a Kiwi express an affection for a bussy is outright despicably disgusting. Deplorable.
Yeah, I don't think he's probably the first L.A. street guy to ever say that word online.
It's one thing to say it, but it's one thing to say that you appreciate it.
Oh, okay, I didn't even know.
Well, he said his first thought was calling him bitch, but he was still trying to be disrespectful, and he said bussy, and he had a what you call like a flashback because he asked about him releasing all his artists, and you know his time around him he was an asshole, and then he got friends like Scooter from Atlanta that went through that because he bipolar and just be releasing people and he you know what I'm saying he just don't like his get down. So he said that's how he came. You know what I mean?
But living in Atlanta might have you thinking a certain kind of
I
way.
tend to agree.
It's considered the black gay capital of America. We all know San Francisco's the white. I don't even want to say white gay capital. It's the gay capital of the country. But for black folks, it's Atlanta.
Correct.
And you're gonna learn all the lingo and be interacting.
And then he claimed it on the fact that he's just tapping into more of his comedic side. And I just don't see anything actually funny outside of these type of antics that he's pulling. There's no other funny part except if it's not Rainbow, I don't see it being comedic. Hey, did you see him on the Unk show with the baby oil and doing the striptease? He did the striptease for the 007 Unk guy. Did you see it?
That's the host.
Yes.
I didn't see that.
He's darker than Brick Baby. But he also did a striptease for this nigga on camera. And after he stripped for him, he oiled himself with baby oil and did some very suspect moves on camera, bro. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
Hey, so you think Orlando Brown, Ray J, Daylight, all these people got anything to do with the things he doing on the internet now?
Whether it has anything to do with it, of course, I believe it's inspired by some of that, but I can definitely say he's jumped into that category officially.
Okay. This word, it says here, it's unclear who originated this term, but the word has been used by members of the LGBTQ community since about 1992.
Oh, it's an OG term.
Yeah.
When you sit down with Texas Tony, and he sat right here in this building shortly after he had the conversation with Tony from Texas, and based on that was the only evidence of anything associated with this type of subject matter, I was able to sit here, have a conversation with him about it, and it came out where it didn't seem that bad. He expressed his thoughts on why he entertained it, and he kind of pointed out, where he said certain things in the conversation that kind of cast him outside of what everybody was trying to put on him. And I was here in this very room to support that. But since he sat down with Texas Tony from Texas, that claimed to be from who? The twerking, the hoochie mama shorts, said he gonna knock somebody out and spit in their crack. Then he said he threatened Loose Coochie recently that he would put his finger in his area. He told us that he pressed Jean Paul and told him, "You gotta prove to me that you gay."
What?
Yes. If I find a clip for if Alex talk to the team when they do the editing, I'll send it to you so you can put this in here. Yeah, he told Dejan gay, "I don't believe you gay, you gotta prove it." So it sound like telling a nigga put some spit on it to me. But anyway, outside of that, he claimed that Gucci Man got good pussy. On top of the times we've seen him on No Jumper claiming that everyone is gay at some times. We've seen him say that, and the antics we've seen him pull with Adam 22. So now that he's claiming all that, you know how hard you have to force your brain to not associate him with that feng shui bullshit?
I mean, personally, I would have never interviewed Gay Tony, because if he ain't got nothing other to talk about than being a gay crip, we ain't talking. Because I wouldn't disrespect the culture with that weird shit. And then if he was like a Jason Lee or something, we could have a conversation. He got something to talk about, but
Well,
go ahead.
no, because I like the word you made a word kind of popular a while back called gimmick. Just because Texas Tony was using that bullshit as his gimmick doesn't mean he doesn't have a deeper conversation you perhaps could have tapped into. If you could appreciate a conversation with Jason Lee, perhaps as you're a professional podcaster now, you could have taken it as a challenge to talk to Tony about something other than that gimmick.
You got. I don't know what he bring. I know he's supposed to be the first gay rapper, gangster rapper.
That dude fell off though, didn't he?
And that's all I know.
That was like that moment.
Yeah, he had his 14 minutes.
But at one point, that was Bussy Boy's most monumental interview.
Yeah.
To this date, I mean, I can't imagine him a certain one moment that caused as much attention for him as far as an interview. Now, he's pulled some antics, throwing the fake nutties, blowing up, having P Nice physically, whatever they went through. Those type of things have made him, now claiming that Gucci Boy has good pussy has really taken it over the top. But when it comes to just what he says he does as a profession, giving interviews, I think if we all thought about it, that might be considered his biggest interview.
Yeah, that was, and it also kind of went viral for you because he came, Facts Over Feelings, to talk about the interview before the interview dropped, I believe.
Oh yeah, it was slightly controversial.
Yeah.
Because I had not expected, no, you didn't want to be totally clear, you didn't want to get ahead of No Jumper schedule.
Yeah, I don't like stepping on people's toes.
Yeah, you were very mindful of that.
Yeah.
However, they did a small something which caused me to believe that they had let it go, and I pushed, begged, persuaded you.
Yeah.
And put that shit out, and we kind of got ahead of their schedule inadvertently. But Brick mentioned it, but it wasn't no big thing.
No, it wasn't. Thank goodness. But yeah, I think he kind of thought I was the one that wanted to put it out there. But trust me, Brick, I did not want to put that out there in no way, shape, or form. But I was gonna say that at some point when we're out here on doing these podcasts and we're trying to be entertaining, I think there's some people that have a line, and then because of I'm an entertainer, quote unquote, there is no line, right?
And I've been trying to get you to see the light of that from the opposite side, from the platforms.
But I'm gonna tell you, I got a line.
Exactly. But no, I
got a hard line.
Yeah, but I've been trying to tell you that with the platforms. Every time we encounter a platform that we kind of cool with, and we have a disagreement integrity-wise, I'm telling you, bro, they not even considering half the stuff we consider when we make these decisions.
The most controversial thing I've said on this podcast, Straight Politicking, is I try to debate you on what a female is. At the end of the day, I know what a female is.
Correct.
But I was just trying to have a devil's advocate.
Of course.
Taking Ketanji Brown, the Supreme Court's position, and her thinking, you ain't gonna put me in a corner.
This is a husband and a girl dad. Trust me, and a son. We talk off these cameras, but a lot of people, because we are genuine in nature, don't know sometimes how to detach us being at work, having a conversation for the public, and our real deep, most personal feelings.
But I don't think I could play with Bussy, though. I just don't think.
What is the odor of Bussy? That's what I'm saying,
what's
man.
the odor?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on from this Bussy topic.
Truffle butter.
I wanted to, I was on the train the other night. You told me about the Tyson fight. It was on Netflix. I didn't even know it was on Netflix. Got there, got to watching it, man, and I was like, what a waste. What a waste.
You didn't get, all you got to saw was the Tyson fight?
No, I saw the two girls
so
fight.
it wasn't that much of a waste.
Yeah, those two girls, they was going at it.
Pretty good.
Shout out Amanda from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, my Boricua sister right there. She won that fight clear.
Yeah, she a champ. She a champ. She had blood in her eyes, squabbling through and through. She was a smarter fighter.
And the other girl, the Irish, what was the Irish girl's name? Katie?
Katie.
Hey, she is a dirty
Katie
fighter.
Taylor.
She is.
Taylor.
Katie Taylor, she is a dirty fighter, as Amanda was saying after the fight. She uses
Headbutting.
her head.
Right.
That's bullshit.
What?
Yeah, I'm glad. It's bullshit. You know why I say it's bullshit?
Why?
Not because it perhaps is not factual, but because it's immediately after the fight, your trainer, said this is how she's been getting down for years. So you're not surprised. Yet you got in the ring. Now that you don't have the advantage, you're using that excuse as a reason when you said you're fully aware this is how she operates. So you took this calculated risk knowing who you were dealing with. Don't mention it now, because had you won, it wouldn't be a big issue.
No, I think if she would have won, she would have been like, yeah, this chick was headbutting the heck out of me.
I didn't say it would not have been an issue. I said a big issue with a W. Well, it's a much larger issue with the L.
But despite what happened, she literally won that fight.
I don't believe so.
You watch it over and over and score it, watch it 10 times and score it.
No, as a judge, I do not see it that way.
And how do you even give Katie the win when the judge even took a point away from her?
That was the only thing that caused it to be extremely shocking to me. Because I thought she was going to lose because of the deduction of the point. However, the fact that Serrano was so relentless and her path of pursuit was so direct, I think it made her one-dimensional, and it caused Taylor to display a whole lot of her skill set that we didn't see out of Serrano. And I think that's what the judges saw.
I don't think the referee did his job.
Well, the ref did
protect her eye.
He did take a point away from her,
because all she could do really is
twice.
Well, the thing was, they called it an accidental headbutt. But this is her style.
Her trend. Yeah.
This is what she does. She leads with the head. I want to watch a couple other fights of hers. When she fights, she leans in. She does what Holyfield used to do this all the time.
That's why I don't respect this from her camp as a discussion after the fight, because all the experts seem to be totally convinced of this. So why did you get in the ring with that type of threat if you're going to utilize it as an excuse in the long run?
They should have really picked the referee carefully.
Right.
So that they can say, hey, we fought this woman last time. She was headbutting the heck out of me. We need a referee that's going to be strict on headbutting.
I'm saying the fact that they didn't do any of that, now that it's over with, what should they be saying?
They should be a rematch a third time.
Go get your other eye cut open.
Yeah.
Because they said that she has fought 40-something fights, never had a cut until then. Why would you want to keep dealing with that? I don't get it.
Yeah, the first time she fought her, she got sliced.
Yeah, and it's the only time she's ever been sliced.
Maybe the money's good when you fight, and when these two people come together.
So why complain about it if you're there for the money? Get your money and shut the fuck up.
You're there to get a W.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. You're there to get the W too.
You cannot get the W after the fight.
Well, I don't mind her saying.
Hey, that's like you got a dirty player as far as football go, and he always with the late hits and all that, and the referee not really paying attention to it.
But from football perspective, you cannot choose your opponents. You have no choice.
You ain't supposed to duck a fade because she's a dirty fighter. You want that belt. You want that accolade.
Professional sports, dirty fighting is something you duck.
Well, I think they should rematch, and that was the most exciting fight on the card.
Yeah, Amanda. She gained a fan messing with me.
No, the both of them did with me. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, if that other woman, the Irish woman, what's her name again?
Katie Taylor.
Katie
Serrano
Taylor.
Taylor.
The thing that Katie Taylor is lacking is power. If she had power with the style that she fights,
She has so many time
Yeah.
punches. Yep.
she knows how to fight. She knows how to box, but she doesn't have power.
She lack power, or
Yeah.
does Serrano have a superior chin?
Well, no, she does lack the power because if you look at her record, she only got like a handful of knockouts out of like 30 fights.
That's not common in female boxing.
Well, if you compare her to someone like Amanda or
What's Amanda's ratio
she got a bunch of knockouts.
compared to how many fights?
Amanda the better fighter, bro, and she's smaller.
The ratio is much higher of knockouts to fights that that Amanda has, and then of course the other woman that we love to watch,
Shields.
the sister
Shields.
Clarissa.
Yeah, but you're going to the extreme ultimate best when you talk about Shields. So
Yeah, but-
she feels like she could beat men. I think her chromosomes are imbalanced.
I'm gonna give you Amanda's knockout record right now. But that wasn't the. Here we're talking more about the that fight than we're supposed to be talking about. The Tyson fight.
Amanda got heart, bro.
Okay, so she has 47 wins, 31 by KO. You know, and
How many Katie Taylor got?
she's got like I think she's got single digit KOs.
That's probably why she didn't get the W, because she couldn't find a way to knock her out. That's what that seems like now.
Let me see how many Katie Taylor has.
She rung her bell earlier in the fight though. She dazed her early on. Did y'all catch that?
Yeah, I think it was the first round.
Oh yeah, when she little we nobble her, yep. But and then ever since then, old girl got the dancing and she couldn't land like that again.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, they fight in Ireland. Them Irish people, there's some brawlers in Ireland.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
so check this out. She's got 25 total fights. She's 24-1, 24 wins, 1 loss, only 6 KOs. So you could tell
There's a difference.
Yeah,
She fight Amanda again. She gonna lose.
yeah. Amanda gonna come with a blueprint.
She has got to keep her distance so she don't be leaning
Are
on.
these pom poms that I'm witnessing?
Nah, hell no.
No, I just hate when
I just told you she gained a fan.
Well, Spider thinks that she actually won on points. Katie.
I understand why she won.
Fight to
I'm
her
not
face,
in a
not your head.
professional boxing judge, and I believe that fight is a challenge for professional boxing judges. So I'm not gonna try to put my opinion up there over everybody else's.
Even the announcers were a little surprised.
Right.
They don't get paid to judge. They don't get paid to
The whole
make the
crowd
fight.
was. It felt
I
like
don't
she
know
got
why I don't
snubbed.
get it. All I'm saying is I understand how either of them. I wouldn't have been disappointed if either of them would have got the W. I could understand the argument from either side.
So you saying maybe a draw?
That would probably just like the dudes that squabbled before. That was a controversial, but a draw. Most people could say, yeah, I get it.
They was punching each other out.
They did their shit, bro. If that eyelid didn't get whooped so open, those fights would be equal.
Yeah.
Those were 2 good fights, bro. They way beat out the main event, which I think that's why we brought it up.
Yeah.
Talk about the main event. Huh?
Amanda and Katie stole the show.
I think the eyelid stole the show.
And, you know, she's going to have a tough time with that eye because that scar tissue is not going to heal 100%. And every boxer that fights her in the future is going to go for that.
Open it back up.
Let me open that eye back up.
Now, can I ask both of you guys? Well, my bad, but I'm just limited. Do you see in her face the little, like she looks like she has the personality that's willing to take that, like that little, it's like something's missing slightly?
What you mean?
I think all boxers got a little something missing.
Okay, okay, all right, we ain't got to single her out. You're right. You see it.
Which one you saying missing something?
Nah, the one
Katie?
with the eyelid, yeah. It's not all there, bro.
You talking about Amanda?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Serrano.
Yeah, Amanda Serrano.
Oh, you think she missing a
Serrano.
little screw?
Bro, it's like you got to look deep in her eyes, you can see it, bro.
Yeah, I think I even think female boxers have probably got more screws loose than the male boxers. Because it's natural for men to fight, you know.
What female boxer have you seen maintain their femininity the most?
Muhammad Ali's daughter.
I think the girl that's going up against Clarissa, what's her name, Gumbart?
I'm not tapped in with her.
Yeah, she got a female that they've been like teasing a fight between Shields and this other little
You don't
light.
think Layla Ali kept maintain her femininity throughout her career?
I cannot say she didn't. I'm just not familiar with her enough.
Oh man,
And the fact that she was supposed to be Muhammad Ali's daughter and the Latifa in her and what I have seen, I haven't seen the femininity like that.
when she was young in her prime, she was beautiful.
I believe you though. Shout out to her though.
I haven't seen her lately,
Shout out to her.
but
Munchie B, wake up.
Nah, I'm listening to y'all. I think she got a lot of women in her.
Who?
Layla Ali.
Ali.
I kind of like Clarissa though. but she does come a little slightly masculine.
And then when the fact she starts challenging the male boxing world doesn't help her femininity at all.
Did that ever go through? She's supposed to do the exposition fight with a dude.
No, because one of her sparring sessions with a not great male boxer leaked, and she got dropped so cold. It's like, shut up.
All right, man. Look, Tyson has no business ever walking into a boxing ring again. That's what I wanted to
That was
get to.
staged, bro.
Even for 20
Yeah,
million?
probably. If it's going to be staged, at least look good.
That was staged.
That's how scared Jake Paul was to even let Tyson act like he was trying to hurt him. I could imagine the stipulation in that contract, because Tyson, every time he thought about faking like a punch, he held it back.
Yeah, there were
He didn't do
times
nothing.
where if Tyson threw a hook or went to the body or came across, it would have been over.
Yes. I think it would have been very easy for Tyson to forfeit portions of that $20 million, and that's why they had him on such a tight leash. If he did anything wrong, he was going to lose. He had stipulations, bro.
But he didn't look good in there in the ring either.
But what he did with a spar partner don't reflect what he did in the ring. He wasn't stagnant with his spar partner. You know what I'm saying?
In the ring, it showed he was putting forth like 15% effort, bro. He was not trying at all.
And then at the end, he admitted he got a fixation with biting. That's what he was. I think he's trying to hold back from biting this fool and biting his
He
glove.
never got close enough to bite him, blow air on him. He did some bush, bro. That was like a shadow boxing dancing match. That shit was so. We know Tyson, bro. Tyson did not even. He didn't do nothing much. He didn't try to eat. He put forth no effort. He just came there to get the bag. He showed up.
That first 30 seconds of the first round is the real Tyson.
No.
Yeah, he won. They had him winning the first 2 rounds and then losing the last 6.
Right.
Tell me this. And how many, if you could look this up, Alex, how many of Tyson fights didn't make it out the first round?
Oh, he's got like over like 20 first round knockouts.
Let me tell you something. 60-year-old, 58-year-old Mike Tyson could first round 27-year-old Jake Paul if he went in there and tried, bro. He didn't try at all. He stood there, let Jake Paul look good to get the $20 million. That's all that was.
Mm-hmm. That man got 45 knockouts, bro.
Yes, he would, bro.
Out of 50-something fights, he got 45 knockouts.
And they got a couple times where Mike like flinched and before he pulled the punch, Jake Paul's natural reaction was face turned, back turned, looking the other way, thinking Mike Tyson forgot about the plan. Telling you, bro.
Yeah, so they had an agreement.
They had an agreement, obviously.
Yeah, not to brutalize each other.
Because look at the fights we comparing it to, the two before it. This is Mike Tyson.
Even Jake Paul. You see Jake Paul throw that right hand on people. He didn't even aggressively ever really throw that right.
Exactly.
That knocks everyone out. Did you see when he knocked out the NBA player Nate Robinson?
Yes, it was a
Is
real
that the
deal.
one that fell forward?
Yeah, he fell forward. Whenever you see someone fall forward in a fight, it's over.
And then you see his
It's
brother.
over.
You saw his brother rushing Mayweather. Totally different energy.
Yeah.
Mayweather really had to figure out how to show this big fool you can't fuck with me.
But did you hear the boxer that said, I want to fight Jake Paul, and I promise you I'm going to knock him out?
Javante?
Wilder.
Javante.
Tank.
Javante.
Jake will never get in there.
Hell no, he gonna hurt himself.
Yeah.
With a little bitty nigga.
Yeah, but I don't know how the difference in size.
I do. Because Tank don't fight nothing but your jaw and your rib.
Yeah.
That don't have nothing. Your kidney don't weigh nothing. Your jaw don't weigh nothing. He don't fight. He don't lean up in there and do all that often. So he know what he doing.
But a big guy like Jake, if he really could fight, has the reach advantage and the strength advantage, though.
Everybody that Mike Tyson knocked out had the reach advantage.
And height. You know, Mike only like, what, 5'10"?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody knocked out. And Tank is such a skilled, seasoned professional with a passion for that big cracker.
Hey, a lot of people didn't waste their money on a Mike Tyson fight for 45 seconds.
I tell you, we need to be running scams, bro. The public is goofy, bro. I knew the fix was in before they started. Especially the slap confirmed it. Then when Mike Tyson turned around and sold his ass cheeks, come on, bro. We knew
I
it
was trying not to bring that up, man. He was talking to his son and got up and showed the world his ass. I think he had a thong on.
But look,
How did his son have to feel?
the last thing though I wanted to see is Mike Tyson get knocked out, though.
Or his ass.
See, that's our. But look, they got footage of Evander Holyfield at 58 getting done the same way by a mediocre boxer, bro. Where do we draw the line on like all our heroes? Now let's drag them out in front of the public and watch them get demeaned. Where do we stop appreciating this circus.
Because there was an old fighter that came back and became champ again, and
Foreman. So grills.
You know,
Everybody.
Everyone got that Foreman feeling. Hey, if Foreman can do it,
and I bet you George won't go out there and go for none of that.
nah, he's like 70 now.
But he would have did it 10 years ago. Well, the grill probably saved him because we probably would have saw him doing something like this.
But yeah, he came back in his 40s.
Roy Jones and Mike fought 4 years ago.
Yeah,
that was a different fighter than a couple nights ago.
Was they really trying to, or they just?
No, they did their thing.
They
on
better
each other.
respect each
But
other.
that was actually an exhibition fight. It wasn't even considered a real fight.
A fight that would have never happened when either of them was anywhere near active. As bad as Roy Jones was, that was the mismatch in real life.
All right, man. Well, I wasted my time watching that, but the Amanda Katie
I
fight.
apologize.
No, it was cool. At least I didn't have to pay for it. I really didn't know that if you had Netflix, it was
He assumed even when I
pay-per-view.
told him, he thought Netflix had a pay-per-view.
Yeah. I thought Netflix had a thing where you pay extra to get it, but hey, but I'm glad because I would have been.
Do a buffering?
It did buffer a little bit.
You know that's a big controversy right now. They weren't ready.
Oh, because it's the first. Is this the first time Netflix showed something live?
Something at least of this magnitude. Yeah.
It wasn't that bad though. The buffering for me, and plus I have super high speed internet.
Okay.
So it shouldn't. When I buffer,
These are the type of things that frugal individuals save their money for. super high internet.
I got 600 megabits a second. Which is,
I don't even know what that means, but I know that's more than what I got.
well, 400 megabits is high speed. If you got 400, you high speed, and I got the 600.
So super is the actual term.
Well, I don't know what the term is, but high speed is 400 megabits per second, and I went up to the 600.
It's like a 2X tall T-shirt.
I'm a step above the high speed, or just higher speed. But if you got 400 megabits a second, there should not be any buffering, period.
Hey, so you was already up on Amanda because you from Puerto Rico.
No, I never even heard of. I don't keep up with a lot of the female boxers, so I was glad that she was from Puerto Rico.
But see, I can relate so well because 70% of the black people that voted were voting for a certain individual because she was black. Barack Obama, he got a lot of following just because he was black, and that is hard to just ignore that natural support for your people. So the fact that you are Puerto Rican and you see every time I watch a fight, if I'm just scrolling through the channels and I see boxing and I see a dark-skinned person versus a non-dark-skinned person, there's no question who I'm going for. It's just, that's where
I originally went for Amanda because she was the underdog. She had lost the previous fight and was running it back, and then she was the smaller fighter. So I'm like, I'm going for her. And then when she started getting down, she got hard.
Tell me this though, Munchie.
Her shit got split. It wasn't a regular split. Her shit was kind of flapped open, blood in her eyes, and she squabbled through that fight like unbothered.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
I got to ask you this because I know it's a lot of viewers thinking this right now.
Uh-huh.
They're wondering how me and Alex can discuss a fight with you and you have a perspective like that.
Because I watch it different. I watch football every Sunday.
Talk to us, though. How, though?
Like,
everybody wants to know how because all they keep...
My guess is he's in a room full of people.
No.
Or he has a trusted person.
It was me and a female just watching it on Netflix.
Okay, I get it.
No,
Is that how you be so fly all the time, too?
No. I got my shit organized. Like,
okay.
But shit, I watch from my ears. I be watching the fight, and then you know what I'm saying. She got heart.
Do you understand this perspective that I just finna say right now? Do you trust the world more than the average person? Do you trust humanity? Do you think more than me and Alex or the average person?
Do I trust the world?
Or people, strangers, everybody else doing their thing at a regular pace.
Nah, I worry less. I ain't what you call paranoid and shit like that. I just, you know what I'm saying?
Take it, okay.
If I was shit, I'd be hiding under a bed or something. You know, I Uber everywhere.
I know how you out here, but I'm saying, to me, I see it as I think that's synonymous. The trust and the lack of fear. I think it's the same thing.
All right, I think that
Possibly.
I think the Netflix people and whoever was behind this, I saw a guy in a suit that they interviewed. I forget his name, but they did put on an amazing show. That was an amazing presentation.
Up until the main event.
Yeah.
I love you,
my
Amanda.
mama.
The actual main event was lackluster, But the fact that I think that was an 80,000 capacity stadium.
No, that's the
72,000.
Dallas Cowboys place, bro.
Oh, that's-
yeah.
okay, they had that thing
Yes, that was
packed.
That's what.
That's why Jerry Jones was there, and the
Yep.
Dallas Cowboy girls were dancing.
And Trump. No, I went to UFC's after that. Trump was at the UFC fight. My bad. John Jones did this shit, but
Hey,
And Michael Irvin was there too.
the Hispanics that was fighting, they had female ring girls. I mean, black. You notice that?
But all them ring girls look like they was on an episode of Blink Twice or Get Out.
I don't know what that.
They look like Barbie dolls. Like they couldn't smile. They had these fake smiles that were just stuck.
Even the black girls.
Yeah, the black girl. We was debating whether her did she have those real big old or tiggo. You feel
Big old
me?
bitties.
Yeah,
Tiggo bitties.
yeah.
All right. Did y'all know that Dame Dash was 1/3 owner of Roc-A-fella Records still?
So why is he so upset, or why is he not sitting back chilling, smoking cigars, watching his grandkids grow up?
Well, he actually is not the owner as of today, but all this time, I didn't even know he was 1/3 owner of Roc-A-fella. But what is Roc-A-fella doing at
That was the real question, huh?
Yeah.
It's now Rock Nation and other things.
Yeah, it's not Roc-A-fella anymore. Anyone was wearing Roc-A-fella clothes?
No, I think
Rockaware. You mean?
Rockaware.
Oh yeah, Roc-A-wear.
Yeah, back then I was wearing Rockaware.
But you know what? We all under the assumption if it's Rocka, it's the same umbrella. But technically, it's probably all separate, different shit.
Yeah, I'm sure Roc Nation has nothing to do with Roc-A-fella.
Or Rockaware.
You heard what Nas said? Y'all rock fellas, I rock hoes. He said, that's what y'all choose to name your company after.
Wasn't that name Saphir and Belly?
Yeah, sincere.
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 It's just thing I see the nigga sincere, bro.
Well, Dame Dash had to sell his 1/3 shares of Roc-A-fella, and it was sold to the state of New York, and it was sold at $1 million, which he's saying was undervalued. It's an undervalue.
Because you know eventually it's going to be worth more than that.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what Roc-A-fella is in 2024. I know what it was. I don't know what it is.
But I know artifacts eventually often assume or they accumulate value over the long term. So I think Roc-A-fella will, at least to some degree, can be considered an artifact to some degree somewhere, something that will accumulate value over the long run.
Well, that was the winning bid, $1 million at a federal auction.
Why did he have to, Alex?
Because he's in debt.
By how much?
Millions.
How many million?
I'm not laughing at him.
Here, let me read an article from the New York Post. It says here that, this is funny, actually. Okay, the title is New York State buys shares of Jay-Z's Roc-A-fella Records to make deadbeat co-founder Damon Dash good on back taxes. Ain't that a jacked up title? The New York Post always does this.
Yep, it is.
Very judgmental titles.
And you know, Wesley Snipes, Red Fox, our people successful in the industry have long had a history of taxes not being an expertise and somehow being a stumbling block for multiple successful black people.
It's very easy because when you get paid in the entertainment industry, they give you the full lump sum of whatever it is. They don't take the taxes out like a payroll check.
Right.
And we don't think like, okay, this $100,000 check is really not $100,000.
Yes.
But you treat it like $100,000,
Exactly.
and then you realize, oh shoot, I'm $20,000 in debt now.
Exactly.
So that's the part people don't understand.
All right, my first thing, damn, is Jay-Z that beloved in New York to where they calling Dame Dash a deadbeat in the title?
That's just the New York Post. I don't know. The New York Post does this all the time. They give you these titles that are very judgmental. They'll put you down. It's not an unbiased piece of literature.
Trump said, hang him.
But it was informative because it broke down his actual debt. It said that they sold the 1/3 of Roc-A-fella that Dame Dash owned was sold for $1 million, and it's in hopes of recouping the $8.7 million that Damon Dash owes in back taxes.
So he perhaps did not receive anything in his deal.
He's not going to get anything in this deal.
Wow, he just lost then.
That ate that up.
He lost ownership, yeah. And he's trying to pay back a debt. And he lost, all he did was lose ownership.
Okay, let me read this part right here. An anonymous Albany representative of the state of New York entered the winning bid of $1 million at the federal auction in Manhattan in hopes of flipping the 33% stake that Dame Dash had in Roc-A-fella, which produce hits such as Hard Knock Life and 99 Problems. They hope to flip it for enough cash to settle Dash's total debt of $8.7 million.
Bro, all they're going to use is those 2 records you just named in licensing deals and make that money back within 9 months.
Yeah.
You can license this 99 Problems and Hard Knock Life to 12 different entities and make that money. That's why I said I knew that's an artifact. They coming up, bro. That's like taking a gamble on a fucking storage locker.
But at the end of the day, he won't be in debt anymore. That's
Him personally.
Yeah.
But guess what? The person who is going to spend that million,
They're gonna make more. They're gonna make more than the 8.7 that he owes.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hey, they don't do it in schools, man. But I believe since they don't do it in schools, we need to teach our kids at home financial literacy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, that's some of the most profound I ever heard you utter upon these metaverse sound waves.
Because look how many professional athletes is broke after their careers. Young Buck was on his ass as far as taxes go.
I've squandered myself a small fortune as an entertainer, so I don't want to just point and not profess and proclaim my personal journey. I made some sound decisions thanks to Russ Whitney Jr. Rest in peace. Look him up, Google him. His father's still alive, Russ Whitney Sr. And based on my relationship with Russ Whitney Jr., I was able to make some sound decisions. However, I still didn't make the decisions that I should have made. Oh, my mama.
Yeah, we could always go back and do it a little bit better.
Yeah, we come from an ill-informed environment a lot of times.
And the financial literacy that we need to know and learn in order to set us up for our middle ages and older age is, I think, is actually too complex to learn like at the high school level. But it should start. The need to know it should start in high school level. But like I started investing in stocks when I was let's say maybe 2000 in the 2000s. I was already in my 30s.
30s.
I was like in my mid to late 30s.
But the assumption that it's too complex for teens is which will cause that to continually be perpetuated.
I mean, it's complex for me sometimes still right now.
But we don't. You know how many things are complex that teens master?
Yeah.
We have to force.
But I've been telling my 3 kids all about let's start investing. So they already started, you know, the first steps of investing. But shit, I wish I was doing this when in my 20s. I remember when I was 25 or 26, I was dating this girl. She played golf. I would play with her. She was very sophisticated, and she told me, "Are you gonna buy Apple stocks?" This was like 96.
It costs a lot to buy into Apple.
Sound like Bitcoin about 12 years ago.
She told me about Apple stocks, and I was like, "I'm not buying any stocks." She was like, "You need to get on this Apple stock." In 96 when it was $17 a share, you know, and I completely ignored it. Another time I had a friend of mine at USC in 92 or 93 said, "Hey Alex, go half on me on this house. They're selling this house for $200,000 down the street from USC." I said, "What's the down payment?"
Prime real estate.
Listen. I said, "What's the down payment?" He said, "About $20,000." I said, "How the heck am I supposed to get $20,000?" He said, "Do what I did. I just got a student loan." And instead of using the student loan for school, he used it he said, and then I said to him, "Nah, I don't want to do that. It was the dumbest thing I ever, I was like, nah, I don't want to." But I was 23 at the time. And this dude, he was a young Jewish kid that he had the game. He had the game. He said, "Get a student loan and we can go buy this house together."
So,
and I said, "Nah." What scared me was being in debt for $20,000.
I realizing you were going to live a life of debt, mostly adult life.
Man, I've been in debt for almost 1 million years later. But when I was 23, getting a $20,000 loan, my whole thing at USC was I'm going to go through this thing without getting loans. I'm going to do this whole thing without loans. I don't want to be in debt like everybody else. So when he said, "Hey, just go get a loan," I was like, nah.
So you thought you could pass enough tests with high enough scores to where you would never owe anyone for your education? That was your mind frame?
Well, I did make it through the USC educational part without loans. I got scholarships.
You know, USC is like one of the most prestigious institutions known to our country. And then you have such a vast understanding of the degenerate shit. How do you balance the both? How the fuck are you a USC high level graduate and you a graduate of this USC according to University of South Central.
Yeah.
Both, bro.
I don't know, but when I first told a couple dudes that I want to go to USC, you know what they all told me? They just laughed. Said, bro, your dumb ass ain't going to no USC. Your dumb ass. That's what I said. Your dumb ass ain't going to no USC. And I was like, yeah, you probably right. But then like a couple years after that, I figured it out. But yeah, this financial literacy, man, is something that we should start teaching at the high school level. But imagine teaching like dividends and stock investments and portfolios at that level. I wonder.
All you're going to do is cause some type of crash, because I believe the educational system is developed to disperse information to the youth at a level to where the adults that are living have some time to occupy this space that doesn't include these kids. Because if they learn enough, eventually they're going to decipher through the information they actually need to be successful, weed out all the shit that's excess, and they'll be in this earning position too soon. And I believe that's what we're going to come on. Because I don't think it takes kindergarten to 12th grade. What it takes us 12, 14 years to do that?
13 years.
I believe that's about a 6-year process, bro, of information.
Feel me? The game givers in the industry, I say 50 Cent, Nipsey, Dame Dash, and Master P. And 2 out of them 4.
No Diddy?
No.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't say him. I'll say, because other people won't say Yo Gotti, because they don't pay attention to him, but he give game about real estate and stuff too. But the original 4 you said, shit, Dame Dash and Master P and fell on hard times. So I'm saying, well, all the game they done gave, how's y'all, you know what I'm saying?
When they say hard times, you be thinking they hard times be as hard as our hard times?
Nah, they broke ain't our broke.
Right.
But it's broke to them, you know what I'm saying?
But you think it's broke because they had a bigger expectation and a lack of knowledge of what life really was with money? Because if you and I both, we could just go to Palo Verdes right now and drive by the coast and see all these homes. Nobody's involved in entertainment or none of that. Finances and lucrative lifestyles and money is everywhere around us. I think a lot of us as black, we focus on the wrong shit primarily. There's a lot more money out here outside of entertainment and sports, bro. There's people living good that we never heard of, a lot of them.
If you would read the Forbes richest Americans, a majority of them are into property.
Real estate.
Yeah. But there was only 3 bids for this Dame Dash 1/3 of Roc-A-fella. One bid was $250,000, another bid was $223,000, and then the state of New York just said, well, we're going to pay $1 million for it, hoping to flip it so they can pay off all his what did I say, 7-point-something million?
8 something.
I believe it was more than a hope.
8.7 million. But check this out. Dame Dash also, New York City has also demanded more than $193,000 in unpaid child support from the record executive in recent months, and will be paid from that bid money. So not only does he owe back taxes, he owes back child support.
I would never pay child support.
Whoa.
Well, if the judge says
I would never.
How do you avoid it? I mean, that's what Dame Dash said. I ain't never. That's probably what he said.
He's saying he's not going to take a legal job for one, because you know what they do. They'll garnish it.
Hey, first of all, it didn't cost me nothing to make this baby, bro. For one. For two, a lot of these fathers is in the kid's life and still getting taxed. So you just getting charged because you well off.
And they have Dame Dash listed as one of the most tax delinquent residents in New York State.
Damn, New York State.
He's on the list.
Hey, New York State, that includes a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, he's on the list. He's the 27th.
You get the.
It says here.
What's the population of New York State?
Yeah, but the 8 million people aren't tax delinquent.
So what are the population of the tax delinquent?
They don't have the total number of people that are tax delinquent.
There's a lot. There's thousands, right?
Dash was listed as the 27th most tax delinquent resident in New York State.
Out of thousands of people, of course,
probably,
right?
Probably.
That's a high seat, bro.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, I think that $8 million will put you at the top of the list.
But me personally, I look at that nothing other than someone who was determined to say, F the system. I don't look at that as a character default.
You know what I also think that a lot of guys do in this situation? They always figure out, I'm going to make it on my next deal. I'm gonna flip the money on my next. There's always the next project, a next deal, and then I'll break the state off a little bit. And then that doesn't happen.
That's been my mind frame before.
And
I understand
for
that.
Dame, I don't think nothing's come after Roc-A-fella.
I mean, yeah, movies.
I can relate.
Paper Soldiers, Paid in Full. I mean, he done gave a lot of people their first starts. Kevin Hart.
But what happens is us coming from nothing, we look at certain productions as their everything, not realizing the real financial implications behind that production. Like we start finding out people only got paid $5,000 to be in Friday. Without hearing that, the members of Friday, as big as the motherfucking franchise is, we believe everybody is still straight just off because the fact that it was in Friday. And we see it every time we turn on the TV and everybody know about it. We find out motherfucker got paid $5 and that was it. A lot of times that's the case of what's going on with people that are apparently successful to us. The deal actually has them to where they're popular but not paid.
Yeah, but that movie did them justice. It was a kickstart. Everybody that was in that first Friday is boom, man. Chris Tucker, rest in peace. Cedric. I mean, Bernie Mac, Megan Good, Big Worm. What's my boy name? He rest in peace too. My neck and my back.
But that's my point.
Bernie Mac?
Bernie Mac, rest in peace, and then AJ.
He rest in peace too.
AJ.
His brother PJ from Pac.
Yeah, AJ to play that, the one that played Eazy.
Yeah.
My point is this though, that we perceive them as cracking, but a lot of people
Debo
express that what we view as cracking is not really cracking.
No, at that point they wasn't.
Who?
I think that was an opportunity, and they took it, and then from that they flourished. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
Okay.
You disagree?
I think so, but my mom, I forgot what we was actually talking about. I forgot what was actually. That's why I'm like, damn. What he say makes sense, but I know it don't really debunk what I was saying. But I forgot what we was talking about.
Well, the last point on this Dame Dash tax debt situation was Jay-Z and Dame were disagreeing over who owns all the rights to the Reasonable Doubt album, and apparently Dame believed that he has partial ownership. Jay-Z says no, so they've been going back and forth on the Reasonable Doubt rights.
Dame Dash is starting to make himself look stupid because he's claiming Jay-Z is a snake. And he's trying to take Jay-Z, a snake, to a court that is governed by snakes. How the fuck you think you're going to convince snakes that a snake is wrong?
How his teeth fall out during live? You see that shit?
Whose teeth?
Dame Dash. He was going back and forth for 50.
Yeah.
The troll
Talking shit too.
talking shit in his teeth, like, and he cut the
All
camera.
front dentures, but it was too late to cut though. That everybody seen it, and he tried to act like it wasn't no big deal. Come face the camera. Yeah.
I was disappointed in Dame, man. You's a boss of bosses, bro. You supposed to have your grill right.
That's true.
You feel me? You better screw them motherfuckers in your gums, nigga.
Get you some motherfucking implants.
Yeah,
I
something.
think they scared. You know what? I think it's a lot of people. The dentist is that the fear of the dentist ranks up there with a lot of real fears for a lot of people, especially grew up in our environments who parents didn't have insurance. You didn't get used to the dentist as a child, and the whole fear of the dentist. A lot of people, that shit is real in their head. They do not fuck with the dentist.
Oh man, he's a millionaire. His teeth supposed to be intact. Shouldn't be falling out during
That's
his
another
life.
thing we keep believing is how do we just trust he's a millionaire still?
Even if you're a thousandaire, your teeth supposed to be intact.
Especially in the season in the fucking time of veneers, huh?
Right.
All right, well, we'll go from one rapper. Well, Dame Dash wasn't a rapper, but one hip hop guy to another one that has some legal, financial rights trouble, and it's our boy Young Thug. Do you know this dude?
He's not in trouble.
No, it's just a disagreement. I mean, Dame Dash ain't really in trouble.
No,
He ain't
I
going
thought
to-
Young Thug. I thought Young.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
But I mean, Dame Dash is in financial, legal trouble. He ain't in criminal trouble. Dame Dash has got the state of New York's got to figure out a way to flip those the 1/3 of Roc-A-fella that the state of New York now owns and flip that into the $8 million to get him out of debt. What if they can't? But we'll see. You believe they'll be able to easily
Oh, definitely.
Get
That's why I think that the bargain was such a low ball to guarantee you can make your money back.
Well, Dame has an attorney working on this, and hopefully the attorney's like, "Hey, you guys are gonna make $20 million off of this.
Definitely they are.
You better get that $13 million excess or
then
the
cut
$12
him
million
in.
and give it to us."
Or cut them in at least.
Yeah, because once they get their $8 million, then everything else should go to Dame.
But they're gonna they're gonna charge him for that relief. That's
Yeah, because that's not free what they did.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some interest.
Yeah, they're gonna cut him in.
There's gonna be some interest. But Young Thug is in a similar situation, in trouble financially. This dude sold his catalog. Young Thug. He sold his catalog after he was in custody for $16 million.
He didn't know he was gonna get out.
But to check this out, he didn't have 100% rights to his catalog. It was AEG partially owned his catalog when he sold it. So now AEG's like, hey, we want whatever, that 16 million is not your 16 million. So now AEG and Young Thug are going back and forth right now. But you're right. This dude was like, hey, I need as much money as I can right now. I got to fight. I'm fighting for my life. I'm going to get 16 million for my catalog. That's
I need that.
Yeah.
He probably had to get him lawyers between 9, 12, 13 million, bro. He spent on that. He spent on his freedom, bro. And that's the epitome of I'm in this game, and when it's all bad, that's what I got this shit for. And out of all the bullshit I could just like point out clown Young Thug for, bro, he did the most gangsterous shit, bro.
All right, let me read this article real quick. Young Thug sold his catalog for an eye-watering amount while he was locked up, but he may have to give up a huge portion of that money thanks to a new lawsuit. Young Thug sold his catalog for $16 million, but now AEG wants its share.
Pay him, Thug.
What started as a potential partnership between an artist and a corporate giant now has divulged into a tangled legal battle over millions of unpaid debts, contested copyrights, and a catalog that was sold without AEG's consent.
All right.
Now here's my part. How do you get a buyer that buys this when they know it's clear that AEG's partial ownership? He had to lie. He had to lie to the buyers.
See, so
you know?
this is a guy who almost lost his life for doing something illegal. Yeah. I don't want to suggest he may have done something fraudulent.
No, you have to.
I don't have
because
to.
you got to. No, I'm not saying
I'm
you.
just saying I don't want to. Yeah, I don't.
But there's like a stack of papers like this that you signed, an inch thick stack of papers, and there's one of these papers that says you, Jeffrey.
I'm trying to tell you, that was a thought that may have come to my mind a long time ago, but that's not something I'm going to introduce or suggest upon this.
Whoever bought the catalog, I thought you supposed to have lawyers in play. Why your lawyers didn't catch that?
No, what happened was you as the owner, Young Thug as the owner, signs off the rights, and there's papers that say you own this 100%, and Young Thug signed that one saying, "Yep, I do."
Not divulging.
So it's not on the buyer. The buyer's not in trouble. It's the seller now that's in trouble. So that's why AEG is suing Young Thug.
That's why I might have to sue LA City Cars, but go ahead.
The entertainment giant claims that rapper Young Thug Jeffrey Williams violated a previous agreement when he offloaded copyrights tied to over 40 compositions, assets AEG says were supposed to serve as collateral for an unpaid loan that AEG gave to Young Thug for $5 million.
How much of his catalog did he sell?
I don't know, but he sold.
This catalog should be worth more than $60 million.
All I'm saying is this, man. The system been sold for that catalog for years. So if Young Thug hit a lick on the system, that's for everybody. You know, Michael Jackson died saying he hit the lick on Sony. He had just whooped Sony for the
Beatles catalog?
More than just that. He said, I'm retiring with half of their company.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, on that sense, I don't even want to break down the details, bro. You too smart for your own good sometimes, Alex.
What are you talking about?
Because you see shit that the whole process, everybody don't see. And you just reacting, and all of a sudden you'll make the case against the person we trying to help.
Well, I'm just saying from AEG's perspective, I'm not saying whether Young Thug is right or wrong. I'm saying from AEG's perspective, they're partial owners of his catalog because they lent him $5 million.
Correct.
So they lent him $5 million. They all have a signed agreement that me as AEG, I own a portion of your catalog.
But at us from the culture, we know we go,
Yeah.
we you know.
Hey, I understand. We all would probably did the same thing. We're in custody. We're fighting a stupid Georgia RICO. They trying to give me everything. Hey man, I'm about to offload my catalog for $16 million.
And
FAEG right now.
your freedom's on the line.
Yeah, I'll take care of AEG some other day.
Exactly.
But
how much y'all think he paid dealing with this case? How much attorney fees and stuff like
I
that?
think he probably spent about 30, 40.
well, check this out. If AEG gave him $5 million before, he's sitting on $5 million cash. He sold this thing for $16 million. That's $21 million cash. He has access to $21 million cash. Ain't no telling how much of that went to the lawyers. I'm gonna say at least 5, 6.
If not all of that, and he probably has other money that he's been using to survive off of.
Plus, how many lawyers does he have? We see the main lawyer steal, then we see the brother, and then you see all these other people. Everybody there got to get paid.
I think we can.
The paralegals, the investigators.
You're getting charged with another RICO. You keep breaking it down, man. He beat him.
Hey, it's crazy. People wanted to clown Boosie because he was selling his whip while he was going through his, you know what I'm saying, his criminal troubles. And that's the smarter thing to do. That's what you got these assets for.
Nah, wasn't no real niggas clowning me. We keep making the mistake of reading these comments and thinking certain niggas is getting looked at a certain way by our circle. These YouTube comments.
It was one of these celebrities I was trying to clown. Who was he?
That's what you gotta make it know, because just because they're a celebrity don't classify them as a real one.
Yeah, I think that was a smarter thing to do. Take this car you barely drive and handle the case with that.
That's real niggas understand. Jury, everything you got that look good, that's of any value, you only got it. It's a pawn situation. This shit ups and downs. I got it, so when it's time to get bad, I go get me some cash. Fuck you mean?
Like the boy Puffy. You know what I'm saying? He got rid of some homes, right?
He's trying to dump that house right now.
For 61.
Man, he gotta go way lower. He gotta sell his soul. Hey. That's what Puffy gotta do to win.
I looked at Zillow, which gives you house values. There's no house in that neighborhood worth $61 million.
He's trying to attach his,
he's trying
to attach his celebrity to the value of that house, which may have worked.
Check it out. There's one house in that neighborhood that's worth a lot of money, and it's $55 million, and it's bigger and has more bedrooms than Diddy's. $55 million. All the other houses in that immediate area, $29 million, $30 million. Some of them are $15 million. So somewhere between $15 and $30 million is the value of the houses in that neighborhood.
So Spider was right. So remember we was guessing how much they probably had to go for. He's like 40. Then he said, all right, I'm going to go down to 39.
Well, I would say that there's one, that $55 million house about a block away is close. So I would say he probably maybe squeeze out high 40s.
He said the highest, closest home is how much?
$55 million.
Without.
And it's bigger, has more bedrooms and more bathrooms than Diddy's.
Minus the negative stipulations and all that.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that part.
You have no idea or inclination to believe no niggas have lived in it. Us.
No,
bro, that's
you really think that's a factor? That some ninjas lived in it?
Yes.
I ain't weird.
Why do you think Compton went from 100% white to all us? Why do you think there's no niggas that own homes in Torrance?
Well, I have to look at it the other way, because when blacks started buying houses in Los Angeles in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, in Baldwin Hills and View Park and Windsor, it was the white liberal Jews that allowed them to buy homes there. They were cool with it.
How much of the population do the white liberal Jews represent?
Well,
of a very small portion.
They own all of Hancock
No,
Park.
that's not the question, sir. How much of the population do they represent? Because not the owners of Hancock Park, but the population by far is more what we're dealing with.
Yeah, but a lot of those liberal Jews own the majority of the property.
You still have yet to answer the question.
What's the population?
How much of the population do they represent?
Very small.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So what
I'm saying is Jews, the liberal Jews of the 30s, 40s, and 50s did not mind blacks, but it was blacks with money, though. It was high-income blacks that they invited into Baldwin Hills, into View Park. So I think that because Diddy's a rich dude, I don't know if he gets treated like a ninja the way you might think.
I'm saying we have a Ladera, we have a Carson, but why haven't we been just able to have a presence in Torrance?
I don't
It's
know.
not accidentally, bro. It's so close to us. So those
Ain't nothing upscale about Torrance.
I know. What looks better, Baldwin Hills with a view of downtown LA or Torrance?
I'm talking about being able to walk down your streets all day, all night for 30 years without being harmed.
You know, Torrance has a reputation of being one of the sundown town back in the day, meaning you couldn't even walk through there.
Okay, we could go from Torrance, we can go to Redondo, we can go to Hermosa, we can go to Lomita, we can go to Rolling Hills, the surrounding areas, the South Bay by large. With outside of Carson and Gardena, where do we have an actual presence as homeowners in the South Bay?
Inglewood.
Yeah, Inglewood considered South Bay.
Yeah.
Inglewood
I think
is black.
Even with your answer, I think my point was well made for the listeners and the viewers.
I think Baldwin Hills is extremely prestigious.
I still believe my point is being very well established.
Where's the Hills, View Park, Inglewood?
Yeah, but I don't.
Stay out the sundown towns, according to my co-host.
Yeah, but I think you're right about the value of this house. He ain't gonna get nowhere near 60. Probably not gonna even get 50. Maybe 50. Maybe 40s. High
30s, I believe now.
But that one house that's down the block that's comparable, but a little bit bigger, 55 million. So he's going to get below that because any buyer would say, but that house across the street's 55 million.
And there's no
it's bigger.
Scandal.
Yeah.
Who wants to live in a house that believes that there potentially were minors being sexually violated there? That's a negative stipulation to that whole place, bro. They have allegedly tapes and tunnels that are associated to trafficking.
I mean, unless you're a Christian or something, I don't think nobody gonna take that into consideration.
You
I'll move right up in there if I had the money
That's you
to buy it.
personally, but you just did it. They just did a viral video on you that said you responsible for killing a whole lot of people. That's the ill-informed perspective, bro. You not know in the real estate game if something violent or torturous happens in a home, it's illegal not to disclose that to the next buyer.
Yeah.
Because it affects the property value.
But he might go low just out of desperation because he needs to sell it now.
But I was just saying, to his point, he thinks that's just like a far-fetched concept, not knowing that's a real professional issue. You can't even sell a home.
I don't think it wouldn't. Me as a buyer, I wouldn't trip on any of that.
That's personal.
Would you trip on if you?
Wait. Before we get to our personal, I'm trying to let him know what the industry mandates.
Yeah, you have to divulge it.
That's all I want.
You got to divulge all kinds of
That's all
stuff.
I want.
Termite damage.
I want.
Okay, so when it came to that mansion in Connecticut that once belonged to Tyson, you think that's where he allegedly caught the rape case at in that mansion?
No, it happened in Indiana.
Well, it's what I do know
he went
about
to prison
history.
in Indiana. Happened at a hotel. Allegedly. I'm not sure.
That's what I know about history.
Because I don't believe he did that.
That's what I know about history. The mansion was considered overpriced on the market till a nigga bought it. And then when that nigga tried to sell it, he had to sell it at auction prices because didn't know rich, prestigious white people owned it after two niggas done lived up in that motherfucker.
Maybe
It's just
so.
facts.
So who owned? So did 50 eventually sold that house?
He
right?
bought it from a nigga and he sold it at fucking what you call it, clearance prices, bro, because he couldn't get what he wanted. What would he invest?
Below the market.
I don't think nobody wanted it once Tyson. When Tyson had it, Tyson he
A rich nigga did. Didn't no white people want it, bro. That's what my point. Didn't no white Jews.
a black man that just came into some money though.
All right, we'll see what happens.
The only person that wanted it.
We'll
The
see what happens.
absolutely only person that wanted it.
So you'd be shocked if someone like Brad Pitt bought Diddy's house.
No, I would not be shocked. The world would end. No one of that nature would purchase that property. I guarantee you, bro.
Like a Robert De Niro, a
Not
Brad
gonna happen.
Pitt.
Anyone purchase that property is going to be either might be richer, they'll have zero profile. If they're famous, they'll be way lower on the totem pole because it looks like I came up. It's like 50 was looking, I bought Mike Tyson house.
What about a white rich guy like Jake Logan? Was it Jake Paul? What's his name?
If they do it, it'd be for a strictly
Jake Paul
investment troll purpose.
Jake Paul net worth is 80 million.
But you saw he came out looking like the nigga. You see his intro?
Yeah.
He tried to do his best motherfucking nigga impression on his intro.
Well, he's definitely not going to get 61 million. Now that I looked at the values in the market on that community, there's even a house in that neighborhood that's worth 15 million, which seems cheap, right?
Let's go Thursday, y'all. There's a bunch
hey,
of property over there.
I wanted to. I'm thinking that he's going to probably have to sell under market to sell it quick to get the money he needs.
Munchie, he said that shit real professional, right? But I want you to know that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Under Mark, just say
That's
under
what I
Mark.
said,
Yeah.
Munchie. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He's gonna, but it goes to what Munchie said a few moments ago about Young Thug's catalog. Munchie believes that the 400 songs is probably worth more than 16 million. And I'm thinking if Munchie's right, he probably just needed to dump it and get that money quick
At that time when he
was in custody.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I don't even understand music value. I don't understand how 400 songs from a Young Thug, how that's even valuated, because I don't follow his music.
I think it should be way higher than 16.
I probably cannot explain to you.
Because he's an elite artist at this
Yeah,
point.
I can understand it, but I probably can't explain it though.
Like when we say elite artist, he's at the top of the top when it comes to rappers.
Just think about when he got released, the white lady who didn't really understand thug gangster shit said, John Lennon, that's the best reference she could utilize to have a comparison to Young Thug was John Lennon. So think about what John Lennon means to regular American culture, superstardom. She compared him to John Lennon.
Okay, in this article it says that Young Thug got 16 million from selling the stake in hundreds of his compositions, not just a couple of albums, but hundreds of songs.
Minus the dress.
400 of it sounds like.
Minus the dress, fingernail polish, and calling Birdman, Babe, Boo, and all that. It'd be hard to hate on Young Thug.
Hey, I'm gonna do
Everything else be A1, bro.
I'm gonna do the math on this. If he sold 400 songs for $16 million, let's see how much he got per song on average. That's $40,000 a song.
Yeah.
$40,000 a song.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
I mean, it's hard to really give a real educated understanding, not knowing how these niggas' lives really go. Because to me, hell, yes. But if I find other details later on, I feel like, oh no, you should do something different. But right now, it always sound like enough. Munchie just sent me 30 unreleased songs in the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. That I love every one. They bangers, crispy, clean. So just imagine he could do that and get 9 million, 12 million. What the fuck do you mean? He already did it for free. I have 30 songs. I could have sent him back that I didn't send them. But the nature of that, being able to go create what we do naturally and turn it to any kind of millions, how do we say what is not enough? You feel me much?
It's hard to value art.
It's so hard.
Hey, when I look at the top 100 paintings in the world, do you know how many black people are on that list? And it's not even a black American on that list. Basquiat is on the list. He's a mixed, he's Puerto Rican, black, mixed, not even born in the, maybe he was born in here, but he's one of us. We'll say Basquiat. Other than Basquiat, everyone else, Rembrandt, Leonardo da Vinci. But I'm looking at this list and I'm like, the values of these paintings are so subjective.
That's art.
There's no African art in the top 100.
That's the essence
paintings.
of art. That's the essence of art.
Yeah.
Bro. You remind me of something I suggested to you off camera prior. I know you spend your weekend trying to do whatever you can to do to consume whatever, just, entertaining content as you can. I suggested to you the Bel Air series because you are an original fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Oh, the new Bel Air series.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you take the time, which I'm extremely pleased with the new Bel Air, because I didn't know what to expect. It looked kind of corny. How you gonna make Fresh Prince of Bel Air new, better, different? They did an awesome, great job. And the mother, Aunt Viv, she's an artist in the new shit. And some of the things you just spoke to, because she's a high-end artist that kind of like sacrificed her career because Dr. Phil was so prominent. But a lot of shit what you just talked about, black art and excellence, it comes into play with that. And I'm not co-signing them, they haven't paid me. But the Bel Air series, they got 3 series. Go binge watch it, y'all. It's some good shit.
Yeah, there's a Latin guy behind the creation of that show.
I hate.
You ever heard of Benny Medina?
Nah, but you hard, Benny.
Yeah, Benny Medina. I'm not sure what's his ethnicity in terms of what Latino background he is, but it always says created, produced, Benny Medina.
I may have seen that and didn't recognize it or notice it, but he did a great job of keeping a pace that doesn't lose your attention. It switches. I don't know how to. It's the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. The original is hard to fuck with, But what he did, I can appreciate. He did a great job.
I wonder if he's attached to the new version, Benny Medina.
Oh,
I'm talking about Benny Medina with the original Fresh Prince.
Oh, well, Medina, you the man. But whoever did this new shit is hard, Alex. You got to check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
I'm gonna say this: it was in the air that they were supposed to do similar what they did with Bel Air, with the movie The Wood, and the star was supposed to be Vince Staples, and I was displeased. Like, why you got Vince Staples? You know what I'm saying? And then it better be somebody on the scene from Inglewood that's consulting with this. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling it.
You know, Vince Staples
it haven't released yet.
Fuck geographical with these streets, right? Mm-hmm. Just everything we respect about just being out here with this shit. You know, he a really, really a real one. I learned that.
I ain't a fan of his music though. You rock with his music?
I'm not a fan as far as leisurely just listen to it for fun. But when I dissect it to see why it's good, I can understand why it's good. Yeah.
All right, I want to move into our final topic, but before I do that, Michael Jackson bought the Beatles catalog in 1985 for $47 million.
What is it worth today in 2025?
Ooh, that I don't know, but
Oh, I thought that was the whole shit. I thought I just beat you to the punchline.
no, but $47 million is a lot of money in 1985.
I think today is worth $2 billion.
But he would have. I don't think he still owns it. I don't think his estate.
No, his white adopted sperm donor, whatever them kids is, they own it.
Let's see what the current value is. It's got to be in the B's.
There's two of them, 2 or 3 of them.
And Paul McCartney was so mad that Michael Jackson bought it.
That's what the speech. You seen him speech?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson gave a gangster ass speech before he died.
It's estimated at $1 billion. That's a great come up. $47 million.
Awesome.
In 1985, and it's $1 billion today.
Not even 400 million. Just think to get to that much of a billion. That is amazing, bro.
Damn.
But just think, the only shit we ever seen Michael Jackson do, like grabbing his nuts, outside of grabbing his nuts for dancing, that nigga jumped on stage and was like, yeah, I owe Sony one album. I'm gonna give him some old shit. I've been recorded. They had no idea. I was such a slick businessman. I'm leaving a company with half. You think about it, bro. He was a.
I'm just curious to ask Munchie if you think that Young Thug's undersold his catalog, his 400 songs, for $16 million. What do you think Young Thug is? Since you're probably more tapped in. He's your generation, right?
So what you think? What you asking? What I think his catalog should have been sold for?
Yeah, you said you think 16 was too less. So
probably like 40 million.
40 million? Okay. That's what Michael paid for the Beatles in 85.
So what's that?
40.
24 more million?
That's that price
based
in
on
85.
what?
Well,
based on how many number ones he got.
He
and
knows.
Then coming from now, you know how streaming is. It don't stop. It ain't like you taking all the hard copies off the.
But are you
counters.
saying that from a Young Thug that wasn't facing life in prison? Because it's a different value when we know you're desperate. That's the way the market works. So we're not talking about the quality of the work. We're talking about the position he was in. Was that a fair deal when he was back against the wall?
That ain't what he was asking, but to what you saying. I mean, when you in that type of situation, shit, you know what I mean. Get rid of it. Your freedom more important.
I respect that. Cause
but I don't believe that's what Alex was asking.
Okay.
I was just wondering, what do you think it's really worth? Because I'm not tapped in. I don't even listen to Young Thug.
I think you detected disappointment in Munchie from what Young Thug accepted.
Yeah.
So you just question him why you don't appreciate the number.
Yeah, exactly.
So
if 16 was you think he undersold himself.
But I think it was like at the position he was in, he had no other choice.
And that's what Diddy's gonna have to do with this house, right?
That's my point. It's like when we go to the pawn shop, it's real. It's like
man, I think, I think Puffy in more trouble than Young Thug was, and I don't think they ain't divulged all the evidence they got, but I don't think they got much evidence. I think it's all pumped up. It's more
recent shit though.
It's more civil suits than.
I know that's on your list, Alex.
Yeah,
This is a good segue because.
Well, I don't know if they got anything more than they said they got, but
all they talking about is Astroflight and baby oil.
No, they're taking telephone calls that Diddy's doing, and then conversations he's having.
And not the Fed call. apparently they slid the phone up under Diddy. He bit and then jumped on that motherfucker, started talking on the cell phone, bro.
Yeah, but he's got a bail hearing later this week, I believe on Friday. The third bail hearing, the one that we had that long conversation with attorney from San Diego, Jamal Kersey.
Shout out Jamal.
Jamal does not believe he's going to get bail. I thought he was going to get bail, but then after reading the more recent stuff that the government is accusing Diddy of, not the charges, just his behavior.
Imagine having a fish aquarium and you studying a certain species of fish. You know how they're going to react to every fucking element that you put into their aquarium. Then you put other fish in there, you put other shit in there, and then you put the element into their aquarium that you know they're going to react to. This nigga Diddy is dealing with the fucking feds. They've been studying us, the elements, the ins and outs. Then him in particular, his situation. Then they dropped a phone in the system, made it seem like it came from an inmate that he could trust, and they got everything they wanted up out of him.
Hey, and that, but see, and that showed me that they ain't got nothing. They have to still go to the extent to try to get some more stuff on them. You know what I mean? I don't think 6 months was a long time. They came and got him 6 months after his matches got raided. That's not long.
But look, if the government did find a way to infiltrate this phone, it's probably because they want to make sure bro does not get bail. They want to make sure a judge does not feel sympathy for Diddy to give him bail. Maybe this has nothing to do with the actual case, Munch. This just has to do with we want to keep him in jail.
That's exactly what it has secured.
I want to know the definition of entrapment. Because I'm starting to not understand what entrapment is.
We haven't heard that word and a benefit to a suspect in a long time.
I can tell you this. I've worked on a lot of cases where defense attorneys have tried to argue entrapment, and judges don't want to F with it. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, that is entrapment, though. That is entrapment.
Our system has said, okay, the law can lie. So how can you ever push entrapment if the law can lie? I don't get it.
Yeah, there was a case that allows police officers to do what's called ruses. They're allowed to just lie about everything in order to entrap you, and it's legal. So I don't know what an illegal entrapment is and a legal entrapment is. The line is blurred.
I don't believe the illegal version exists anymore.
No, there is a way that entrapment is a violation of.
I would challenge you to find the last time there was a precedent.
So the feds gave an inmate a phone they was supposed to have in a penal institution
or a correctional officer.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what.
You don't know who did it.
It could have came from another inmate.
It could have come from a visitor.
Whomever it came from, right? So he got a phone in a penal institution that they have evidently slid on him.
We don't know that 100%. Here, let me read it. It says here. It says his methods. Okay, let me read this. In a 30-page memo filed by the government in response to Diddy filed a multi-page another bail package, and the government responded to it. And in the government's response, it says the document claims that since Diddy has been incarcerated, he has used a variety of means to evade the Bureau of Prisons monitoring of his communications in violation of jail rules so that he can make calls that evade surveillance to speak to people he wasn't authorized to reach to. So basically, he's not using the regular phones to call his people up. All right. So it says his methods, the government claims, includes using PAC, phone access code numbers belonging to other inmates to make calls, using three-way calls to contact other individuals, including individuals who are not on his approved contact list, and using an unauthorized third-party communication system to send messages to numerous individuals, including unauthorized contacts. Now, in the feds, you have to write write on a piece of paper everyone you're gonna talk to, everyone who's gonna call you. Everyone you want to call, or if you're doing the email thing, everyone you're gonna email, and everyone's gonna email you. And you're not allowed to communicate with anyone you haven't divulged that information to the BOP. Mm-hmm. So, but here's my question: what is he doing in these communications? We know he's communicating against the rules, but what is he saying in these communications?
I highlight the obvious. I feel too much like the feds. So go ahead, Munch.
You feel too much like what?
The feds.
Hey, man, they need to just let him fight his case, man, instead of trying to catch him all these booby traps and shit. Just let him fight his case and let, you know what I'm saying? Justice be justice.
On that point, I believe they're doing exactly what Alex suggested. They're trying to
keep him near.
There you go.
Now, in the government's response to his new bail package, it says that the reason why he's doing all of this manipulation on the phone is because he's planning a public relations strategy in order to influence the jury pool. And they also put a link to an Instagram post that his family did for his birthday. And they're saying that, you see, none of the things he's doing has been criminal.
Diddy is too black, too dark skinned to pull off anything in his mind he think he finna pull off, bro.
Hold on. So what they saying, that Instagram post when they was singing him happy birthday, what? That wasn't on the that was on the cell phone?
No, they're just saying that's done in an effort to make Diddy look good to influence the jury pool.
Yeah, his son got control of his Instagram now, and he want to paint him in a different light. That ain't against the law.
But
they showing over and over him kicking this.
Whether
this
it's against the law or not is not necessarily the best thing in Diddy's case, bro. If Diddy was really, really wise, just think about what we all talk about when it ain't about us, just talking in general. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm saying they painting him in this light. They got all these documentaries, freak off documentaries, all this already, right? He ain't been in jail a month, but he can't have his son take control of his Instagram and post the things that'll put him in a positive light.
No, because guess what?
That's not against the law.
No, it's not against the law, but it's not best for Diddy.
All right, this is what
that shit add up to compare.
This is what the government has said about his social media campaign. It says the defendant is explicit about his intention to use public statements to alter public perception. The memo reads, it points in particular to a social media campaign around Diddy's birthday, citing this post, which is a link to when they're singing happy birthday, in particular, which the memo says the mogul enlisted family members to plan and execute at his carefully curated direction. So all of that.
That's why he supposed to shut up and don't say shit.
Hey, every inmate in CDC, LA County Jail call home on their birthday. And now on this birthday, he called home and his daughter and his family was singing him happy birthday. Whoop-de-doo. They tripping. They doing too much, bro.
Yeah, it continues here. It says the defendant from within jail then monitored the analytics, i.e. audience engagement, and explicitly discussed with his family how to ensure that the video had his desired effect on potential jury members in this case. So they're saying that they have evidence that he's deliberately trying to create a campaign, a public campaign that could possibly impact the jury in his favor.
Yeah, they BS, man. BS, man. Hey, stay away from crime. Don't subscribe to the streets or anything illegal, because they ain't playing fair. Damn, I can't even have my kids and my girl sing happy birthday and record it.
Well, I think here's the problem is he's planning all of this stuff, communicating outside of the prison phone system to avoid detection and to avoid the monitoring. So to the government, they're saying Diddy is deliberately avoiding the BOP phones so that he could set up whatever he wants to set up and not be accused of manipulation.
Yeah, they overdoing it, man. They overdoing it, but man, free Diddy.
But even if you don't believe he's got his family doing these things deliberately to make him look good, the form of communication is completely against the rules.
I think a lot of times we get to respond and react to this shit. We give all our personal thoughts and opinions a stage. I be really talking about what Diddy's up against and what his opponent, how they view shit, what they're capable of, and their tactics. Bro, if you are this Diddy powerful people, you got all these young, grown, adult children and people under your persuasion to where they could try to help you, your coaching status should tell them shut the fuck up.
And I don't like that big Tania, you know what I'm saying, all on this TMZ documentary and saying all this little shit.
Why?
Because it's bullshit, bro. That ain't cool.
That's your homegirl though.
Man, bro, when you wrong, you wrong. You on there trying to paint this man in a bad light because you want some clout. That's bullshit.
But what do we know about females?
Everybody in LA County know damn well if Diddy wanted to fuck Tania, it would have happened.
All right. Well, I have a
like that shit.
link to Diddy's bail package in the description below, in the show notes below, and I have a link to the government's response, which just was like 2 or 3 days after Diddy's lawyers filed their bail package, and we'll find out next week. Next episode, we'll find out if he was denied bail or not. But his bail hearing will be later this week,
Oh, really?
Friday.
Is this one the third?
This will be the third and final one. After this, I don't think
So
there's.
3 strikes you out applies here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other opportunity for him to request bail.
What is your thoughts on if he does not get approved for bail, the March or May date for trial? How close?
I would say regardless if he gets bail or not get bail, no one's going to be prepared to go through the thousands and thousands of pages of discovery by May. I think that was a strategic date set by the defense saying we're ready.
But is that not a rule that's placed in position for a suspect, a right to a
process?
Yeah,
right to a speedy trial?
right to speedy trial. But
So
I think that's going
would
to
that be to his Diddy's defense to press that? And does he actually have the right in America to push it?
Yeah, he could push that date, but I don't even think his own lawyers will be ready though. His own lawyers are going to say, "Diddy, we're not ready. We're not ready to defend. So you're going to have to waive time." So
there's really no right. If it's not to your benefit to exercise that right, what good is it to you to have that right?
well, with the feds, because this is why the feds is tricky, because the feds will dump, let's say that there's 100 pages of important information that you need. They're going to give you 20,000 pages. And you got to go through all of that to find out what's important and what's not important. They'll just dump a whole bunch of stuff on you and make you waste 6 months going through it.
So just in general, because you have the right to a speedy trial, you're telling me the Fed's not ready, defense not ready. You're telling me it's still to your benefit to let everybody get ready.
Yeah, it's to your own attorneys are going to say, hey, you need to waive time.
Let them get more prepared and then us.
But you could say as the defendant, F waiving time.
I think Diddy is of the unique situation where he might benefit from saying, fuck that, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, but then your own lawyer's going to be like, yo, Diddy, I haven't even went through the 20,000 pages of this. I haven't watched none of these videos.
I think that may
That's
benefit
when he
Diddy
said,
more
"You
than the
work for me,
prosecution."
I don't work for you."
Yes, I think it would.
go.
I think it would benefit Diddy more than it would benefit the prosecution.
Hey, we'll see. We'll
That's
see.
the gas.
But most of the time, your own lawyer is going to tell you to waive time so we can.
How many niggas sitting in jail with 30, 20, 15, 9-year decisions based on a lawyer who thought about it for about 30 minutes, and you trusted him because of his status, and his motherfucking advice was based on the same shit he would do at Vegas in a blackjack game? How many niggas is stuck over that, bro?
Yeah, but I think you said that Combs should STFU.
Please, if I got somewhat of a consideration for his sons, because his sons are linked up with some Eastside Keyways about the 90s. By the way, though, like my Lokes, and by way of Stevie J, it was communications. I've been on the phone talking to a few people. I'm not into all this bullshit, but the young niggas, bro, please, just sit back. If you really care about your daddy, you gotta just pump your brakes. Let shit play out. Ray J's not a threat. Holding on honey is not a threat. Don't even bite into that. But you can get out here and try to portray yourself as some type of gangsterism, and it can adversely affect your father. Just know that.
Well, there's somebody inside this jail system that's probably telling on Diddy, because how does the government even know all this information to put it in this report unless they're lying? But it says here, Combs has directed others to pay the inmates, including through payment processing apps and BOP commissary account deposits, after others using PAC numbers to the document alleges. It alleges. So he's doing all these things. He's meeting other inmates. Hey, let me use your account. Let me use your account. Let me use your account. If this is true, then some of these guys is telling on Diddy. You know,
Bro, you want to say so much because I hate. It's like me and Alice have a dialogue.
You know, jailhouse stitches is you know what I'm saying, they dropping kites every day in the system.
unless there's no way that you can allow other inmates to use it without the BOP figuring it out. They could be like, hey, how come Johnny used up all his minutes? Oh, you know, all this guy's minutes got used up.
Puffy is up against something right now. You, me, him, no one can ever figure out except the feds. He's up against it. Your closest, you feel me? It's nothing he can trust. That's why he got to just cease all communication with everybody. That's the best bet, bro.
And here's another allegation. It says once Combs is on the phone, he instructs those that he's talking to add others onto the line, a three-way call, right? A process that is not authorized by BOP. It also helps conceal the identities of the contracted individuals. But here's my question. I believe that with certain prison phones, once you try to do a three-way call, it automatically disconnects you with the prisoner that's calling you. Are you aware of that?
That's not true.
Sometimes it catches you.
You feel that. It
Yeah.
feels that way because a lot of times there's a guy in the tower listening to the conversation.
Oh, it's manually done.
Yeah,
Okay.
As soon as he hear three-way, he just puts.
But here's the easiest way to do it. If I'm on, everyone's got two phones most of the time. If I got Diddy on this phone, I can call somebody else on this phone.
Hey, we don't want to give up on it again.
I mean, come on.
Then there'll be Alex.
Am I giving out too much game?
Yeah, because that's what we don't realize, bro. We value ourselves for being prominent in the field we discuss as experts.
Yeah.
And then we think the stuff we say is not respected by the people who are countering that field. And as a professional, you've been going against the people for years.
Yeah,
They watch us, bro.
The game that I'm sharing is game that others have already done and got caught, is what I'm saying. So Diddy's smart enough to at least I think he is.
Shut up.
To know that
shut the fuck up, bro.
I can't move like this in this jail right now. Because now everything he's been doing in this jail is about to be used against him in this bail hearing.
Yeah, Diddy is just dealing with desperation. You know when you're desperate times call for desperate measures.
And none of these things are.
If you're drowning, you will bite your mother on the neck. You might kill your child. If you're in the midst of drowning, you really deal with your reality, bro. Diddy is desperate, bro.
And look, I'm gonna post the prosecution's all their allegations. None of these allegations about phone usage and talking to your family are even that serious. Even though they break the rules of the prison, it's enough for a judge to say, all right, I'm not going to give you bail.
But that's how I deal with legal situations all the time. I never come from my soul. It never was in her. I remember my mama coming to juvenile hall court and telling the judge a speech about me. And you know what the judge told my mama? That's what they all say, man. Ever since then, the law don't give a fuck about all the colors that may affect our, you know what I'm saying? This should be black and white, and sometimes black and white don't even matter, cuz. If you subject yourself to the system, bro, get your feelings up out of it, because you might get fucked.
And I don't know how legal or illegal this is, but if you publicly say, I want to make public statements to make me look good in the public's eye, that can be interpreted by the government. Oh, you're trying to taint the jury pool, right?
Well, they taint.
He's on the phone saying, "Hey, I want to post this on Instagram."
Look what he's up against. So,
but it doesn't really sound that bad though.
He's gone on, but this individual is going on a vote or die campaign at one point.
Yeah,
you're dealing with, you're dealing. Look, we thinking the feds is a legal institution. We're not realizing these feds not only have casual friends, but they even have on payroll psychologists that are studying the psychology of the decisions that Diddy is making. We think it's so naive on this subject matter, bro. America did not swing at Diddy with this big ass bat, really thinking they're risking looking goofy in the long run, bro. They swung hard because they thought they had a kill.
Well, they definitely are doing everything they can do to convince this judge to say no bail.
If they came heavy like everybody think, they wouldn't be doing all the stuff they doing now to keep them in there. I don't think
What are they doing?
They doing a whole lot of petty ish,
such as
everything you just read.
I don't think that what I just read is justification to deny a man bail, even though you can say, "Oh yeah, you're violating the rules."
Read it again, please.
You're talking to people that aren't on your list.
Was it a short piece or a long piece?
I don't think that's a 115.
Read it again.
What do you mean?
That you read?
Well, the government actually filed a 30-page response, so we're not.
He said within the 30 pages that you summarize, you find no justification.
No, I'm saying that I don't feel that these. Okay, usually you deny a man bail because 1, he's a flight risk. 2, he's a danger to the public.
He's trying to sell a private jet. Any nigga that can sell a private jet can talk to a few niggas.
Okay, so that's
listen to me. If a nigga can sell a private jet, can know a few owners that can give you a flight.
That's a better argument than
But-
the phone calls he's making from jail.
That's how you
That's
know
why
that
I might have missed my calling. I believe I should have been
Look,
an attorney, bro.
we all know that the two main things that will prevent you from getting bail is one, you're a flight risk, and two, you're a danger to society.
I grew up, I could hop my mama's back gate,
Mm-hmm.
run across the street, and hop the gate of an airport. I know pilots that have been there over 20 years. So my idea of flight is slightly, go ahead though.
But these are violations of the rules of the BOP,
What's that stand for?
Bureau of
Bureaus of
Prison. But are these rules
Fucking motherfucker.
Are these rules in violation enough to say no bail to a defendant?
No.
I feel like if you go into that debate, you have to go into a civil rights argument. According to the law, I think I personally can debate either side of any law to have an effective argument against, to present. So I think it's a gray area.
But it also says in the report the government wrote that he is a danger to others, he has an incentive to flee, and that his new proposal bail package was insufficient.
And I believe if I was an attorney against Diddy, I could prove that. And I think if I was an attorney defending him, I would have a difficult time, not an impossible time, but I would have a difficult time trying to,
What they mean, bail package is insufficient.
because he provides to them what he will offer in exchange for bail, and they say that's not enough.
Yeah, and for those who want to know, I got a link to his bail package, his new bail package below. It was about a 50-page document, which I'm sure I didn't read the whole thing, but I'm sure we already went through his previous. We believe that his previous bail package was enough, but you still think that anybody with those resources is a flight risk.
I mean, I don't understand how you can assume otherwise, except you say technology got to the point where nobody could hide.
Yeah, but like I think I asked you, okay, he's got a monitor on his ankle, but in an instant you could take it off and jump on a private plane and be
Yes.
gone.
And if you really couldn't,
They'd have to come quick, right?
Yes. And how much of a charge actually, if this has to be your only ultimate charge, how much of a charge is that?
But he did offer to have security making sure he doesn't go places he's not supposed to go.
He also was outside on Halloween, painted and dressed as the Joker, really finna get into altercation with another grown man like he could whoop his ass, and he was pretending to be the Joker in real life.
That during his troubles with this,
I'm just talking about the mentality of this individual.
No, but I'm saying
He went from the guy Suge was saying, if you want to see a guy dancing in your videos, to having an impression to the world is one of the ultimate gangsters out here. He has ranges, yo.
what if he pays for two marshals to be following him at all times, posted up in front of his house, following him at all
So
times?
if those marshals are making $12,000 a month, he tell him, I'm gonna give y'all that $12,000.
Yeah, he's have to pay for that.
I'm gonna give y'all the same $12,000 your weeks. When it go bad, your story is my story.
You mean so that means the marshals are going to be crooked? They're going to go crooked.
You believe in the marshals that it's impossible?
I don't believe the marshals would let Diddy escape for money.
no, I don't think so. They more about a book.
Yeah,
I believe y'all.
U.S. marshals are
No.
not going to let Diddy
Let me
escape because
tell
they
y'all,
got paid.
When you think about the institution,
That's a movie, though.
no,
That's a good movie, though.
I agree with you as far as the institution of the marshals,
Mm-hmm.
but the marshals are comprised of humans, individuals, and I think, and I've seen celebrities, including 50 Cent, to be the most,
But
and
look,
Suge Knight.
there's no way you
I've
get away with that.
I've seen Suge Knight and 50 Cent have an impression on human beings that you would not imagine just because this motherfucker is sitting around 50 Cent or Suge Knight. And they are prestigious motherfuckers that you know have pledged to all type of elements of honor and all that.
I highly doubt they gonna throw their career away. Behind.
You know how many people have gotten away with appeasing these type of individuals without throwing their career away though?
All right, does he get bail Friday?
Never.
I hope he do, but you know what I'm saying. Jamal had me thinking otherwise. I was thinking yeah.
If,
Are you talking about Shine?
if Rihanna was giving you monkey bites, would you still hope he got bail?
If who
Rihanna.
was giving what?
You heard me, bro. Don't make me
Monkey
say-
bites.
Yeah. Would you still be saying the same thing? I hope he get bail. If she was saying Munchie the mayor, would you still be hoping Diddy get bail?
Yeah, why not?
I don't believe you.
What you mean? What Rihanna got to do with Puffy?
Cassie, my bad. I fucked up. I'm thinking about Cassie. Oh, my mama. I'm thinking about Cassie. And now I think about what I was trying to say. I'm talking Cassie, not
Cassie
Rihanna.
was giving me some, free him. Man, I'm the same dude. I done laid down right next to females while they on jail calls with they dudes, bros. Man, free that dude.
That's not my point. But do you still feel the same way you feel like? Do you really believe that?
I ain't got a hard on for pussy like that. Free him.
Hey, it's going to be a great hearing because the defense attorney is going to be like, we read everything the government said. Okay, he's on the phone. He's calling his family. But, Your Honor, he is not a flight risk. Your Honor, he is not a danger to society. We have put in every single possible way to prevent this man from leaving the country. 24-hour security, paying for all the cops, whatever it is.
The prosecution will say, Your Honor, it's obvious. An individual under this amount of
No, the prosecution will say, hey, I was listening to Straight
Politicking.
Politicking.
You just...
Wait, I'm sorry, but the prosecution will say, I was listening to Straight Politicking, and the Spider said that the marshals could possibly get paid off, so therefore, we don't trust this bail package.
We
Hey,
know
how you
this.
say my boy name? Jamal what?
Shine Barrow? I thought when you said Jamal, you were talking about Shine.
No. Chicago.
Bryant?
I mean, San Diego.
Jamal Kersey.
All right, Jamal Kersey. I believe he said when it comes to this, they go come with the same evidence they been having and argue this, and he just really reevaluating like the denials.
Yeah.
So all this gonna be?
All this is going to be part of this third hearing.
Yeah. So
because the second hearing was by a appellate judge.
Y'all not getting it, bro. Look,
Go ahead, Spider.
He had 2 hearings.
Yeah.
And the people he was up against thought he might have, almost have won. They thought on the third time he may win. They slid a phone up under him to guarantee that does not happen.
Or they slid an inmate and said, hey,
With a phone.
share your call time with this guy.
And Diddy jumped on that motherfucker and secured for them that they're going to win, bro.
It's a possibility that Diddy's influence got these inmates wanting to help him on their own without the government involvement. It's possible the government,
Of course.
the government had a mole. It's possible
I
the
believe
government had a
more
mole.
possible than anything Diddy is thinking he's slicker than
But
that.
can you imagine you in prison and Diddy walks up in there? Hey, Diddy,
Yeah, I can.
what you need, Diddy?
I can.
You know,
bro.
I got 100 minutes. Use my calls.
I happen to be a nigga went to prison and met niggas like Suge Knight real young. Yeah, I can imagine it because me personally, it wouldn't affect me like that, bro.
Yeah. All right. I want to wrap this up in a minute, but I just wanted to let everybody know Lil Durk's in L.A.
Welcome to La La Land.
He's in MDC.
He probably got Crip Mac bumped.
That
The
means
way shit happened.
Hey, that means he didn't even challenge the extradition. Nothing. He just said, "Take me to L.A."
Right. That's a real talk. But if Crip Mac was a real gang banged out nigga like he say he is, it's a good chance Lil Durk might lay in the bunk, look up, and see Crip Mac name carved in the motherfucking paint somewhere. Oh my mama. Free all the real though.
So he's in MDC. He pled not guilty. I think that was Thursday or Friday last week when they brought him.
I think Lil Durk best bet was that little naive, innocent look he got. He should have just tried to convince everybody I'm that goofy. Because he looks goofy square. He looks so trustful. If he would have just rolled that image, I don't think he would be in half the trouble he is. I think trying to go against the fact that I look harmless and all that, trying to prove opposite, I think that went against his best interest.
Hey, a lot of these rappers, especially these Midwest rappers, man, they too active.
Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer might be the coldest killers we ever knew. The 2 corniest rappers.
Free Durk.
Free all the real.
No, free Durk, man.
Free all the real. I don't know Durk.
I think they need to take in consideration game bangers. Those are his. That's his homies. Also, the other 5 on the case. So who got to get paid to slide for their homie? So.
Well, they didn't give Diddy Diddy. They didn't give Lil Durk any bail. The magistrate judge ordered him jailed without bond, and he will have a bail hearing at some point in December.
Yeah,
2025?
He ain't gonna get no bail.
Or next month?
Lil Durk next month in December.
Yeah. You know, that's going to be a formality.
Yeah. He ain't getting it because there's it's a body.
He was right by the plane trying to get on, so they figured he'd do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from this point forward, Alex, you being the expert in legal, technicalities, what do you think his best bet is moving forward overall, all the way to trial or whatever? Lil Durk, with all the knowledge we have. what they accusing him of, what apparently he appears to be guilty of, the shit that he may be able to fight, the shit he can't fight. What do you think the best outcome could be for Lil Durk from this point?
The best outcome is obviously a not guilty.
Outside of that,
Yeah, you got to fight that all the way.
Yeah.
you believe that's a possible?
I always believe that's a possibility.
Okay, from a 0 to 100%, where do you range his possibilities of getting not guilty?
Without having looked at the discovery,
Yeah, it's just general shit.
45%.
But with your expertise,
I can't answer that. I can't answer
like
that.
45%.
because Lil Thug, I never saw this coming, bro. Even though it's a conviction, the fact that he's out and free, I never saw this coming, bro.
But when I read Young Thug's indictment, I read the whole thing. It was about 190 acts, and once I read it, I said it was a joke. This is a joke.
190.
It was about 190 different overt acts. There were 2 murders in it. Then I went to the 2 murders. I went online and read about the murders. These were old murders.
But was that your civilian perspective or your legal expert perspective?
Well, I think it both intertwined. I was like, a lot of these overt acts were social media posts.
So, Munchie, what have you been feeling all this time about Young Thug? He low-key a homie to you and all that. Like, was you scared for him or you thought he had it beat?
Why Finn Lucy a homie to me?
Oh, my bad. I'm not politically
But I'm a fan of
Slime and Damu ain't somewhat the same.
No, that's some new shit. I don't know what.
I know it's new, but is it similar?
Nah,
It's not coordinated, connected in no regard.
Doug should have took it all the way and got the not guilty verdict from the jury.
What's his lawyer's name?
Steele?
Still.
You heard what Alex said. We was right with you, Steele. We thought that was the best chance, but we get it though.
But you know what they always say, that we're not the ones that have to do the time.
Right. And if you compromise and put on a dress, compromises in your program.
You keep on bringing this dress thing.
Facts. I bring facts over feelings.
But the facts.
So, I mean, when you talk about a human being, a man, you look at his character. If at one point he was comfortable being on social media, calling Birdman Bay and Boo, and wearing a dress, and wearing fingernail polish, forever, that's going to factor into your character when it comes to an individual such as myself. It's just facts, not feelings.
Yeah, I don't, that never comes into play when I was looking at the case, the trial, the legal case.
Me either. But now we're talking about his reaction and the ramifications.
But I understand taking a deal, saying you're guilty for this, because you're going home, even though you might not have been guilty for that. You know, and I like the way that he said, "Hey, I'm going to say guilty on these things, but I'm not guilty on these things."
That's why I keep separating.
He modified his guilty plea.
I respect that too, but I respect it from a guy that used to wear dresses called Birdman Bay, wear fingernail polish. So I keep in perspective the emotion that I'm respecting, whom I'm respecting it from. Young Thug.
But
he was comfortable doing that.
Although he wore a dress and had fingernail polish on,
he called Birdman Bay and Boo.
He stayed down shitty though. He didn't cooperate or try to give nobody up though. So
the guy that was very suspect did solid shit.
But also he's from Atlanta, right?
Yep, like Bussy Boy. Yeah,
and they dress code is different in Atlanta. You see how the Migos dress, right?
But you have to understand,
they wear blouses.
They are so influenced.
They wear collars
by the gay culture in Atlanta that I'm not surprised a dude wearing fingernail polish and wearing a dress.
I'm not surprised.
And he's a thug. He might be 100% heterosexual.
I can be not surprised and not be shocked and still be disappointed, because the thug word was something that was branded heavily most by Tupac and had nothing to do with calling me and Bay and Boo. So from generation to generation, it's changed. The new thug can wear dresses. The new thug can wear fingernail polish. The new thug can call Birdman Bay Boo on social media. And niggas like Munchie B, and we know he's not from none of that, will sit here next to me and not want to go in on him.
Hey, well, in the 80s and the 90s, you had Crips putting on wigs and dresses to commit murders.
I still put on a wig and a murder to go kill something.
Oh, come on.
You tripping, bro. There you go. Too hard.
So do that equate to that?
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
What's wrong with a hoodie?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. In the history of 1970s Crippin', a lot of people might not know this, but there's a lot of homosexuality that had been going on and taking place with some of the early 1970s
Go read Monster Cody
Crips.
book. That's all I'm gonna say on that subject.
And
know.
that Crip module was cold.
And one day someone's going to tell that story.
I would love to say, had I been fully aware of the information that they did, like teasing, before I got my Cripping journey going, I'd have never been a Crip.
But I don't see why you would be offended, shocked, or surprised that there's some homosexuality within Crippin' because
I never said I was.
okay. But you're right. You don't say you are, but you're highly critical of it.
I actually absolutely am not, because the first Crip that was popular on social media was comfortable interviewing a allegedly gay Crip from Texas. I invited him right here into my platform to have a very comfortable conversation about it.
Well, you got to understand if
But wait, you just accused me of
yeah.
is untrue, because right here under your
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was very coy. What did I do anti of that?
But
I allowed him a safe space to express himself about why he talked to dude.
But there's a segment of the population that's going to be homosexual in almost all fields of life. You know what I mean?
But it's not the one that's represented by the media, because as my real life, I do not encounter as much rainbow experience or implications as I experience when I turn on a device. The device makes it seem like the world is a certain level of gay. When you turn off all electronics and walk through your life, it's slightly less gay than that.
Correct. I think that society is somewhere between 3 and 5% gay. Some people believe it's 10 to 15%. But when we look at the media, we think that maybe it's 60. 20 or 30 or 40, right?
60.
No, not 60.
Bro,
that's more than half.
Guess why I say that?
That's a little extreme.
Name a show that has been introduced.
Every show does. Yeah, every show has a gay scene, a gay actor.
So why do you say the percentage?
A gay premise. But even though having a gay character, a gay scene, a gay plot in a show doesn't go up to 60% for me.
It definitely does when you think about our most prominent show before we had to consider the issues. Just to say, Cosby Show, Different World, Martin. Up into there, these not issues to come to even consider. Since then, how many successful black productions, including Tyler Perry, have been successful without including that element, sir?
Well, I know every single show does it. I'm watching.
That's my point made.
I'm watching a white show with Steph. Okay, you talking about Tyler Perry? All the black shows do it. I'm watching a white show with Steph called The Walking Dead. They're fighting zombies. They're killing their families off, and they figured out a way to integrate some gay relationship. You know,
bro, if you just look at life in general, bro, if life is about human, natural living specimens creating through science and nature, coming together and keeping this life going, bro. These type of specimens coming together, doing something that doesn't continue the life process. I don't want to say a negative word, but you a fucking college graduate, nigga. You know what the fuck I'm saying, bro. Yeah. It's opposite of what's supposed to be going on.
All right.
It's degenerate.
Lastly, Lil Durk will have his bail hearing in December. And
Free him, bro.
And check this out. He has a tentative trial date of January 7th, 2025, which will be impossible to happen. But
you feel he and Diddy are not going to
look. His trial date is before Diddy's.
14 months later. Oh wait.
January 7th is a tentative trial date.
I agree.
That's 2 months from now. Less than 2 months.
I agree with you that that's not going to happen. But I also feel like if he had the type of spirit like a Malcolm X or one of them niggas, he would force that date. Y'all ain't ready yet. Fuck that. If you got any chance, make them prove it on that date. That's your last chance, Dirk. If you allow your attorney stipulation to waive time once, you're a wrap, bro. They're going to get it together for you, bro.
Yeah, I don't think that trial is going to happen in January.
Me either. And that's, you know why? Because that would be Lil Durk's best advantage. Why else it wouldn't happen, Alex, in your assessment?
I think cases like Lil Durk, you gotta take your time with. That's different with Diddy. Well, murder cases, you wanna draw that shit out. You get laws change, witnesses die, their memory get fuzzy, all that shit. So
Them the rules I think that apply to our natural environment, Munchie.
that's how you handle murder cases.
But when the celebrity and all this popular shit come in, I think the rules slightly change.
You arrest yourself into a life sentence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Plus,
That's true.
the government has been investigating this for 2 years. They got a 2-year head start on this case.
They've been investigating it longer than they've been investigating Puffy shit.
They've been investigating this case since the day it happened. They were already on them the day it happened. This was August of 2022.
All the way to In-N-Out Burger and all.
Yeah, all the In-N-Out Burger stuff, all the plane tickets, all the traveling.
Everybody involved, you just shut the fuck up.
And they were patient. The government. They said, "All right, November last month. They more than 2 years later. They said, "All right, let's bring them all in now."
They got him.
Yeah. All right. I mean, we could talk all day, man. I got so many topics, but we're gonna wrap it up right there. I want to remind everybody: Spotify, iHeart, and Apple. Tap in with us on the Apple. If you are, leave a rating and review. And we're also on YouTube as audio and video. And that concludes another episode of Straight Politicking.
Free Diddy, free Dirt.